owner of Superior Heating and Air. Dave Miller has joined me now. And so Dave, what are some of the most common issues you see during the winter months as homeowners switch over from cooling to heating?
Well, we typically see a lot of calls for smell complaints, believe it or not, along with no heat, obviously, but a lot of times people smell the burning electric heat strips and think something's wrong with the system. We do see that quite a bit.
Okay, and is there a way to prevent that from happening, or is it just something we have to remember is going to happen every year?
Well, the best thing to do would be just kind of know what's going to happen and keep an eye on it. If it lasts longer than 10 minutes, then you actually might have a problem and you definitely need a call.
My daughter actually always gets excited when she smells that because then she knows Christmas is coming.
That's
so maybe people just need to look at it that way.
I think they should.
So lots of homes in the area are 20 to 30 years old, and so people with older homes, how do they know when it's time to actually replace their system or if they should keep repairing it?
That's an excellent question. The way that we look at it, and we tell our customers to look at it, is you have to look at the age of the system and base that on the cost of the repair. So you don't really want to spend a lot of money on an older system. And in our area, 10 to 12 years, when you hit that mark and something fails and it costs, $400 or $500 to repair it, at that point you may want to look at spending money to a new, more energy efficient system and putting that money to better use for a newer system versus band-aiding an older system.
So expanding on that a little bit in terms of the more energy efficient unit they might want to look at, if they are considering replacing their HVAC system, do you recommend that they look into the solar thermal options? Absolutely.
Not a lot of people know, and we're one of the only companies that do work with the solar thermal, and so we have a lot of luck with it, and it comes with a 55% tax credit off the installation cost. So by the time you spend the money and get your tax credits back, you've actually spent less than you would on a typical system. So if you can afford the upfront cost while you wait for your tax money, then it's a no-brainer. I mean, the savings is huge.
And over the life of the system, it's going to save money as well because it's much more efficient.
Your return on your investment starts the day you turn it on because it's going to be a more energy efficient system, so it's going to cost less to operate every day. And on top of that, you're going to be getting money back towards your actual down payment when your tax credits come in.
Exactly. So for those of us that have newer systems, you offer customer care programs or memberships that keep those systems running efficiently. Tell me about that a little bit.
Absolutely. We have different membership plans out there. But most of them all entail maintaining the system, which is going out, checking the condition, doing a report on it, giving any recommendations. And then we have some plans that cover labor for the whole year on top of the maintenance visits. Okay. And some of our plans actually start putting money away towards system replacements so that some of our maintenance membership customers end up after a couple years with $1,500 or so in sort of rebates that we will give them back towards replacing a new system. So it's almost like their money they're putting towards their membership is they're going to be getting back when it's time to replace the system if it's going to happen in the near future.
Excellent. Well, make sure you call Dave if you need anything in the HVAC world. Thanks for being with us again, Dave.
Thanks for having me.